Oliver Wendell Holmes, the great Supreme Court Justice, once said that there are three types of people. There are people who make things happen. There are people who watch what's happening. And there are people who haven't the slightest idea. Slightest means very inconsiderable. That is, people who haven't the slightest idea what's happening. Today we are going to discuss leadership. That's about the people who make things happen. Leadership is the process of influencing employees to accomplish organizational objectives. That is, influencing the behavior of others. In other words, it is the process of influencing and supporting others to work enthusiastically towards achieving objectives. According to Chester Bernard, leadership is defined as the quality of behavior of the individual whereby they guide people on their activities in their organized effort. It is the interpersonal influence directed towards the achievement of goals. In simple, we can say that leadership is a process of directing and molding the thoughts, attitudes, and the behaviors of a group of people to achieve some common objectives. In today's competitive and dynamic scenarios, the long-term sustainability of an organization depends on the level of leadership. Actually, there is a need of leadership in our homes, in our business organization, in our private and public association, and in our government. We need two types of leaders. First is transactional leader. A transactional leader is the person who gets things done with and through others. The second type of leader that we need is the transformational leader. This is the leader who is the path maker. This is the leader who is the visionary. This is the leader who motivates, uplifts, inspires, and empowers people to perform at levels far beyond anything they have ever done before. So we can say leadership is the ability to draw out extraordinary performance from ordinary people. When we talk about leadership, there is a lot of things to communicate, like law of cause and effect, that is the basic law of the universe, law of belief, and many other theories. But we need to discuss the theories which is mentioned in our syllabus, right? So I will give you an outline sketch of the leadership theories, specifically behavioral theories of leadership, one of the important leadership theories. Okay, but you can definitely expect other important leadership theories in the coming video. I am skipping some of the areas like characteristics of a leader, functions of a leader, and directly coming into the topic which is important for your exam. First, we will discuss types of leaders. Leaders can be classified on the basis of their skills, abilities, or authorities. In organizations, there are four types of leaders, that is corporate level leaders, business level leaders, functional level leaders, operational level leaders. See the first category, corporate level leaders. These include the top management such as chief executive officers, that is CEOs, directors, presidents, and senior executives. Second type is business level leaders. These include the divisions level leaders, that is SBUs, strategic business units, such as vice president and general manager. This type of leaders give directions to the staff for attaining organizational goals. And the third type is functional level leaders. These include leaders who can perform the specific functions such as marketing, finance, and operations in an organization. These functional level leaders manage the work at the functional level. And the fourth one is operational level leaders. These leaders include who undertake the process of implementation of strategies within the functional areas. This could include leaders such as assistant manager of marketing and deputy manager of operations. Next important topic is leadership styles. Leadership styles are the patterns of behavior which a leader adopts in influencing the behavior of his followers. In the organizational context, the followers include subordinates. There are three classifications of leadership style based on power orientation approach. First one, autocratic leadership. Second one, participative leadership. And third one, laissez-faire leadership. All of us know what is autocratic leadership, right? This particular leadership is also known as authoritarian, directive style, etc. And these leaders give orders and they control subordinates through rewards and punishment. In autocratic leadership style, a manager centralizes the decision making power in himself. There are three categories of autocratic leaders. First one, strict autocrat. Second one, benevolent autocrat. And third one, manipulative or incompetent autocrat. The strict autocrat, he follows a autocratic style in a very strict sense. That is by using negative motivation, that is by criticizing subordinates and imposing penalty, etc. And second type is benevolent autocrat. Here the motivation style is positive. And third category is incompetent autocrat. That is, sometimes superiors adopt autocratic leadership style just to hide their incompetence. So these are the three classifications coming under autocratic style leadership. Next is participative leadership. This style is also called democratic, consultative or ideographic. In this type of leadership, the leader believes in communication and participation of subordinates in decision making. These types of leaders share the ideas with their subordinates. So a participative manager decentralizes his decision making process. Instead of taking a unilateral decision, he emphasizes on consultation and participation of his subordinates. Third one is laissez-faire or free rein leadership. This technique means giving complete freedom to subordinates. These are the leadership style, and it is not necessary that a leader follows a single leadership style. A leader can be autocratic in one situation or democratic in another. Okay, these are the leadership theories, that is charismatic leadership theory, transactional theory, transformational theory, trait theory, behavioral theory and contingency theory. In this video I am going to explain specifically behavioral theories. And behavioral theories are classified into three. First one, Michigan studies, second one, Ohio State studies, and third, managerial grid. Let's discuss the first category of behavioral theories, that is Michigan studies. The University of Michigan conducted a research program called the Michigan Leadership Studies. It was conducted to determine if there exists a pattern between the behavior of leaders and the performance of groups. And this study identified two main leadership behaviors, that is two main types of leadership behaviors of supervisors, that is employee oriented or production oriented. Employee oriented means employee centric, and production oriented, that is job centric. An employee oriented or employee centric leader emphasizes more on the needs of employees, whereas a production oriented or a job centric leader pays great attention to the subordinates' performance. Employee oriented leaders emphasized interpersonal relations. Secondly, he will take a personal interest in employees' needs. And thirdly, he accepts the individual differences among members. At the same time, the production oriented leaders emphasize the technical aspects of the job. Secondly, he focuses on accomplishing group tasks. And thirdly, he considers group members as a means to that end. So, Michigan studies differentiates a leader as either job-centric or employee-centric, not both. And it emphasizes that an employee-centric leader can make highly effective teams and groups. Second classification coming under behavioral theories is Ohio State studies. Ohio State studies conducted a research program with the help of a questionnaire that was used in military and industrial settings to know the perception of subordinates about their leaders. Out of the study, two main behaviors were found, that is consideration behavior and initiating structure behavior. Consideration behavior was more concerned about the feelings of subordinates and establishes a relationship of mutual respect, trust and healthy two-way communication between subordinates and the leader. However, in the initiating structure behavior, the leader conveys the expected roles and responsibilities to subordinates and expects them to complete their task in a predetermined and rigid manner with no healthy two-way communication. This is the crux of Ohio State University study. Next important theory coming under behavioral theories is managerial grid. In 1964, Robert Blake and Jane Mountain developed the behavioral leadership model called managerial grid model. It shows the 5 styles of leadership based on the behavior of leaders. This framework emphasizes that leadership style consists of two factors, that is task oriented and relation oriented behavior in varying degrees. This task centeredness versus person centeredness identifies 5 combinations as distinct leadership styles. That is, the managerial grid is based on two behavioral dimensions. First one, concern for people, and secondly, concern for production. Concern for people means a leader considers the needs of team members, their interest and areas of personal development when deciding how to accomplish a task. And under concern for production, a leader emphasizes concrete objectives, organizational efficiency, and high productivity. These are the 5 leadership styles coming under managerial grid. First one, impoverished leadership style. Second one, country club leadership style. It's also called accommodating style. Thirdly, produce or perish. And fourth, middle of the road leadership style. And lastly, team leadership. It's also called sound style. First one is impoverished leadership. It is characterized by low concern for both people and production. These types of leaders just create an environment for getting the task done. Such leaders remain indifferent towards the employees and organization. Next is country club leadership style. It indicates high concern for people and low concern for production. This style of leader is concerned about the needs and feelings of members of his team. Under this leadership, the objective is to create a secure and comfortable atmosphere that subordinates can respond positively. So the main characteristics is serving the needs of the people. That is, leaders pay more attention to the needs of subordinates. They believe that focusing on their needs will increase their performance. So country club leadership style is also known as accommodating style. Next is produce or perish leadership style. Here, high concern for production and a low concern for people. Here, the primary focus is to achieve the organization's goals. So this type of leader consider employees are simply a means to an end. Here, employee needs are always secondary. The leader uses control and domination on his or her subordinates here. So here, production needs are more important as compared to employee needs. Here, the employees are pressurized to perform. Next category is middle of the road leadership style. Under this style of leadership, there is a balance between workers' needs and the organization's productivity goals. So it involves a compromise by the leaders between the organizational goals and subordinates' needs. Last one is team leadership. It is characterized by high concern for people and production. Under this leadership style, leaders focus on both the needs of subordinates and production. So this style involves commitment from the leaders and subordinates. So the team environment created under this style results in high satisfaction of subordinates and high production also. It's also called sound style. So these are the different behavioral theories. Actually, these theories propose that the leadership ability is exhibited more in the actions and behaviors rather than the traits of an individual. In this video, we have seen types of leaders, an outline sketch of leadership theories, specifically behavioral theories and its 3 classification, that is Michigan Studies, Ohio State Studies and managerial grid. And in the next video, we would be discussing on contingency theories. So thank you for watching the video. Bye bye.